Hello everyone and welcome to Passionate Perseverance Tarot. Thank you so much for joining in today. All right, so I wanted to take another look at the tragedy that is unfolding in the here and now with the fires that are occurring in Los Angeles, the California area. I did a reading previously on this and I didn't realize it at the time, but I had power and power lines and like the power supply come out in that reading. And I want to dial in and see. I do feel as though there can be multiple things that are happening. I feel as though also that there are entities or powers that be that never let a tragedy go without like trying to benefit from it, right? And I also think that there's definitely, we're seeing unfold accountability, but shortcomings, right? Like funds that were set in not the most appropriate manners, and there's deeper things going on here. So let's take another look and just see what comes out. And thank you everyone for joining in. Please comment down below what you feel, what your intuition is telling you also. But the biggest thing is trying to send love and light and healing energy out to anyone that's being affected by this. People, animals, I'm hearing the word livestock in my mind's eye right now, as well as Mother Earth and just the surrounding areas. Thank you. Love and light going out. Oh, I have Spirit of the Swan coming out and Spirit of the Witch coming out, showcasing magic, believing in magic, believing in the magic. This is when I'm getting the continued prayers, sending love and light and healing energy out to help blanket the area, and to help end with the fly, really wanting to bring this to an end for good, So that's what I'm feeling pulled to right away. I do feel pulled to the moon as well. We're just getting out of the full moon that was occurring on January 13th. So as we are sitting right now, it is January 14th, 2025. And we are dealing with these ongoing, I'm saying we, primarily the United States and the collective dealing with that in the California area, Los Angeles area, and surrounding areas, dealing with this tower moment. Okay. Now, I have the sun coming out, but I'm really being pulled for this specifically. This sun is showcasing the fires, and that right now it feels like they're strong. I get the 8 of Wands. It's really having to lean on faith, prayer, if that's something that resonates. And that's why I come back to this card right here, prayer, right? Like an answered prayer. I think collectively, if we try to send out prayers of love and light and healing, that our prayers will be answered. So know that does, they do matter. It does matter. They are heard moving forward. And although it might feel hopeless or people might feel helpless, know that you are not. Stand up tall, take a deep breath, and set an intention as to what you are hoping for moving forward. Now, this can be in regards to you in your own life as well, okay? But for me and for this reading right now, I'm setting the intentions to blanket the area, to protect the area, and to extinguish these fires. Okay. Thank you. Now I want to take a peek and see how they started and see if we get further clarity on that. How did the fires start? And I know there's multiple that are occurring, and so we can have multiple things that are happening also, but I just want to see, as far as the energy that is going to be showcased, how did they happen? And I apologize, I still am recovering from laryngitis and an upper respiratory infection, so if you hear that in my voice, that's what's going on. I also have a cough drop in, so I appreciate you allowing me grace during this time. How were the fires cover up, healing, wooded area. In this healing card, I'm getting hidden come out. I have cover up coming out again. So there's some sort of cover up. I'm getting a spark for the light, like shining a light or starting the light, because I'm being pulled to the light that's being shining down. And it's coming out really showing me that sun. And like I was saying before, the sun here is showing for me the actual fire. And I'll get confirmation of that. But I feel pulled to the wooded area, possibly mountain type area as well. Might have been a place where things started. Let me just see. Further clarity. There's unearthing. So I did get this in my last reading as well. It's going to unearth lies. So there's dual things happening here. Yes, there's this tragedy that's occurring, but it's also unearthing something at the same time. Now, I don't know if that it was done purposely. Were these done? I have cover up coming out, and it is seeking justice. So I do feel as though there's going to be something unearthed or unburied or coming into the light. There's going to be exposure. Thank you. There's going to be exposure coming in. I have the... Okay. I have the accident card coming out. So I do feel as though there's exposure coming. And there's, oh, hold on. I was just led. That's okay. I was just led. 2 of the cards fell. And I'm being led under here now. I didn't even see these cards. They're from this deck. And I was pulled, go grab the, oh my gosh, there it is. There's the power supply card and a secret. Okay. Pardon me. So there's something to do with the power. Did a fire start because of, I want to say like power lines? Okay. If there's so much more going on. Yes. So I get that there definitely money that was used in places it shouldn't have been used. It was allocated in places it shouldn't have been allocated, right? And allowing certain things to go unchecked, or there wasn't enough employees possible, right? There might have... There's multiple things happening. And the biggest thing is really allowing circumstances to be present that really set the stage for this, right? Because fires in California is something that the state has been dealing with for years. Now, this is at a different time than the norm, but it is something that they have been dealing with in the past. And I do feel as though it's a tragedy that's occurring, but from like the powers that be standpoint, they are going to try to use this situation for their own gain. So you have that's happening. And then also, there's going to be something unearthed, unburied, or brought to light because of what's occurring. Okay, I want to get further clarity. I'm going to go to the Game of Thrones deck and see what comes out. I want to know why the power supply card is here. Yeah, so letting things go, maybe not paying attention to certain like poles that were in need of repair, that went neglected. There's not tending to things that needed to be fixed. So there is neglect on that perspective, right? So who's ever in charge, Emperor energy, we'll take a look, possibly Newsom, right? Didn't do, yeah, that guy's a fool. I'm sorry. For me, I don't care for that individual. Now I try to not bring that into my readings, okay? I do not live in California, but I don't have much to say. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. That type of energy. And it's coming out in the energy of the cards, showcasing me just a fool. Should be someone that is an emperor, but you gotta, it is showcased here as the fool, as the jester. So again, I'm not trying to change anyone's belief patterns or anything like that, okay? That's not my intention here. But it's important that the person in charge, or the people in charge, those in charge of a state, are putting money where it should go. King of Coins energy. Fixing power lines, fixing any type of issues within the infrastructure that need to be fixed, making sure that they're paying people, hiring accordingly, right? And so all of that, I feel as though he was focused on other things. Magician energy. He was focused on other things. And let me see. Let's take a look, since we're looking at that right now and I was led that way. Oh God, I feel a choke. I feel a choke. It's like kind of trying to choke hold. So his energy, I don't know if he's a puppet. It could be where he's a puppet and being controlled by someone else. I get the Justice card. He's a puppet. It feels like it. He might have control, but he does not have control. Confirmation of that. So there's someone pulling his strings. I get the Justice card. I have the, like, yeah, there's someone pulling his strings. So he just does what he's told. Confirmation again, please, that this individual does what he is told. Yep. Someone pulls his strings and he does what he's told. So that's the energy that I get for him specifically. And I do feel as though he either looked the other way or really put a plan in place that allowed for this to happen. Yeah, there's more here, because this is what I always get for like a crest or the deeper rooted powers that be pulling the strings. I guess that's the best way that I could put it. And, you know, the real people that run the world, or the real bloodlines that run the world. Thank you. I had it come out with the Hangman. This I always see as like the blood in there. The bloodlines that run the world are controlling him. Okay, interesting. I did not think we would get led to that, but that's what I'm having come out there. So, I do feel as though by neglect and abuse within the department where they are working, the state where they are working, by turning another cheek or putting money and funds elsewhere, they allowed a situation upon which these fires could flourish. Yeah, and have a solid foundation upon which to grow from. Let me see if I get anything here showcasing. Ooh, the Death card wanted to fall out. Spirit of the Grim Reaper, death ending in winter. I'll see what else wants to come out. I'm being pulled to something's going to be unearthed or revealed. Yeah, confirmation of that with feminine spirit, receptive, intuitive, and nurturing, revealing with the eyes there. Something's going to be revealed. Now, there's multiple things here being revealed, right? Yeah, about leadership. So I do think first and foremost, in regards to right now, the leadership, one, of California, And then also anyone in connection, in bed with, in ties with, right? There's accountability that needs to be brought to light. And if there's been neglect, that needs to be seen for what it is, the trickery, the strategy, the strategic trickery of allowing things to just get worse and worse and worse and not fix them. That type of energy is what I'm getting. Yeah, like completely letting down and allowing things to happen this way. That's what I'm getting. It's time for a change. So it's time for a change. So first, I'm sending love and light to anyone that's really impacted in the California area. But also know and go within, ground yourself. It's time for a change, and it's time collectively, especially for those specifically there affected after things have ended and are able to take a breath and know that you can be safe, right? How can we change moving forward in a positive way to make sure that this does not happen again? Nature, grounded, ancestors, spirit of the earth, finding a way forward in order to effectively make sure that change occurs. Change occurs, and we are not controlled and manipulated in a way that's meant to deceive. And I do feel as though there's a bigger agenda as to, like, he's got the puppet, the strings being pulled. I want to try to see what the bigger agenda is here. Guidance, please. Guidance, please. Further clarity on the agenda moving forward for those that have allowed starting over somehow. Because I get the new foot, and I knew this card was going to come out, like a bigger web, elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery is here. So there's a bigger web and moving towards that. So this is another step of the plan. Now, be that, I know that there's the 15-minute city, right? The possibility of those, of trying to rebuild those. I feel as though that's on the agenda because I have the realization card coming out, epiphany, understanding, awakening. So I do feel as though that's part of the agenda. Let me just see. I'm being pulled to this deck. Let me see what comes out in regards to bigger powers. Something to do, I'm hearing the word elites because I have privileged lady coming out and mature man. So it feels like the elite have a bigger agenda at play. They have their puppets that they control that are either asked to look the other way or use, like, it's a systematic plan in place in order to get to this agenda. All right, so I do have that coming out. Now, I know that there's been other, like, reports of individuals that have been setting specific fires. I do feel like this was because of neglect. I feel like the power lines. That's what I keep feeling pulled to. Yeah, there's the fire. So yes, I do feel as though, at least for one or some of the specific fires, it was because of this neglect and allowing hazards to occur, not taking care of them, right? Bigger part of a cover-up, a bed of lies, and then this has been the result. And then also not allocating funds in a correct way, right? It's just like something on top of something on top of something of their plan of not allowing then the proper cleanup, or what, cleanup's not really the right word. the proper way to go about, you know, fighting these fires, putting out the fires, that type of energy. Okay, let me see. I want to know if there's, well, we know that there's, because I keep getting pulled to something being unearthed from the ground, and I was pulled in the previous reading to tunnels. Now we know that there's tunnels that exist in the underground. Now I have celebrity coming out. So, I mean, you can look at places like the Playboy Mansion, for instance, and they had underground tunnels. And I do believe that Diddy, his house was, I have surveillance coming out too. His house was close to that. I have cult coming out, and I have natural disaster. Look at that. And now I have greed. Let me see if anything else wants to come out. So this disaster is going to illuminate something. I'm still feeling that same message. It's going to illuminate some involvement on a different level, cult-like energy from a celebrity standpoint. I do feel as though surveillance, it could be video recordings or some sort of evidence that stems back to greed. Let me just get further clarity in regards to the surveillance. Let me see what deck I feel pulled to. Ooh, I want to go to this, what lies beneath. Okay, what is... Oh, sorry about that. Let me just see. Why is this... Why is the surveillance card here? Toxic and investigating. So, yeah, I feel like it's going to unearth some sort of evidence. Some sort of evidence is going to be unearthed. In regards to what, please? In regards to... I have this card. And I'm being pulled more to the imagery on here. The lies, the deceits, the abuse. It feels like the abuse. It feels... Oh, sorry if that was loud. It feels like abuse. Further clarity, betrayal. Deceit, backstabbing, traitor, not to be trusted. So something along those lines. Let me see if I get any type of further clarity. We'll go to the Stranger Things deck and see. Further clarity, please, about what is going to be unearthed. Something's going to be brought to light to the world about the underbelly. Now I'm being led to the underbelly of Hollywood. The underbelly. What happens in the underbelly of Hollywood? So I'm getting circled back to, I got that in my first reading. Yeah, what goes on behind closed doors? What goes on behind closed doors? So I do feel still very strongly, and I know that we just had the full moon, but I think that that energy is still here, guiding, right, and exposing and bringing to light. Here we have judgment. Okay. Bringing to light judgment. All right, so I'm going to continue to send out love and light and healing energy, that the fires are put out, and for people, animals, everyone going through this right now, that they find someplace safe to be able to kind of ride out this storm, and that also collectively can come together and figure out a better path moving forward and see the lies and the deceit that's happening from a level of, oh God, like trusting a fool. Trusting a fool, because I go back to the Fool card right there. Of someone that really is a puppet, and I just hear everything that comes out is a lie. Everything, that lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, it feels like. I have the Hanged Man showcasing that. Just a puppet being pulled by strings of a bloodline that controls. With the moon. Yeah, they hide in the shadows and control. Control, control, control. Manipulate, control, and spread lies for a bigger agenda with the Devil card coming out. Okay. All right, so this did confirm for me. I do believe that there were power lines that did start a fire, at least one of the fires. I do feel I'm guided to that, but there's multiple layers of things happening here. I hope that I expressed that well enough to you, the viewer. Please let me know in the comments below what you are seeing, what you are feeling. Trust your intuition. Always seek the truth. Always seek answers, clarity. I want to get one card for you, the viewer, to help on your soul journey, soul path, or to just help bring balance or to help ground during this time from the Intuitive Oracle cards deck. I'm going to the bottom of the deck. Oh, I love it. Inner peace. Inner peace is coming out. In moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. So wherever you are in the world, try to find moments that you can be at peace within yourself each day to listen to your intuition about what you should do moving forward. Trust that intuition, allow it to guide you and be the beacon upon which you follow. I'm sending you love and light and healing energy. Thank you so much for joining in today, everyone. Take care.